Let's have a look now at configure mappings. So what we will see in this lecture is basically the main thing, how we can configure mappings, and the second thing will be Fluent API for mappings. So Entity Framework respects mapping details from two sources: data annotation attributes in the models, which can be reused for validation purposes, and uh, Fluent API mapping configuration. So we can do it by overriding onModel creating method and by using custom configuration classes. So use one approach or the other. We cannot use both. Basically we can, but it's not good practice. So you need to decide if you want to use attributes or you want to use Fluent API. So configure mappings. There is a bunch of data annotations, attributes in system.componentModel.data annotations. Now, for example, we have attribute key. In previous lectures, I already mentioned for this one, but let's say it again. Basically, it specifies the primary key of the table. For validation, we got string length, we got max length, min length, required, range, and many others. For schema, we got count, table, complex type, concurrency checked, time span, complex type, inverse property, foreign key, database generated, not mapped, and index. So you can see that basically we got quite a lot of attributes, and basically you can Google them and see what's the purpose of all of them. Of course, you don't need to know all of this. Usually the most important that you use are key, string length, required. Also, you're going to use foreign key, database generated, not mapped maybe sometimes, and max length and min length. And as well, let's say range. These are the most common used attributes, but still you can take a look at the rest. In Entity Framework 6, basically we're able to add custom attributes by using custom conventions. So that's the first way of mapping, using attributes. The second way is Fluent API for mappings. By overriding onModel creating method in DBContext class, we can specify mapping configuration. So here we got sample code, and here how does it looks like. We got protected override void with name onModel creating, and here we receive parameter dbModule builder. How we're doing that? Well, model binder builder dot entity, and here we're passing the type, which is tag. We're saying that he has key x.tagId. So for example, that's for specifying primary key. So let's say we got public integer tag id get set. That's the property. So here you choose if you want to say key with attribute, and this thing will say, okay, tag ID is from now primary key, or use this way. So here we have two main things. We have entity method and property method. So basically entity for mapping table name and schema, inheritances, hierarchical, complex type, can be used for multiple tables, for multiple entities, and can specify key, including composite keys. Dot property is basically for attributes and validation, for mapping column name, type, and order, relationship, and concurrency as well. Thank you very much for watching.